Hello, my beautiful souls. And again, I want to thank everybody for your likes, your subscriptions, and all of your comments, us keeping in touch and just encouraging one another on this twin flame journey. I know at times it is very challenging, especially now. Some of us are being affected by this super moon, and the new moon will be bringing in some new beginnings, some new hopes, and some more encouragement. Continue to just have that patience and keep the faith and go on your journey. And remember, no expectations. It's those expectations that does bring in the negative, the lower vibrations when we're expecting things to happen a certain way and they don't. Remember, divine timing isn't the same timing that we have. So things may look like they're about to happen, but it takes time for things to come into full completion. And I personally feel that if you want a perfect union, then perfection is going to take time. So let God do what God has to do and just let God be God, right? So this is a personal read, and right now the question at hand is what exactly is going on with my counterpart, which is a male twin flame. And what I am seeing from these cards that have been pulled is that the communication will pick up as it gets closer to his return. He still has a lot going on inside of his mind. There's a lot going on, but that doesn't necessarily show to be a bad thing. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust this. This doesn't necessarily say it's a bad thing. There is a lot of confusion, a lot of fog. He's at a crossroads where he does want to make a decision, but he's not sure about making a decision. And it's not so much a fear of failure, it's a fear of commitment. I feel that right now where he is in his life is he is comfortable. He is comfortable and he's looking out at the world and everything is comfortable and he has things going right. I don't know what your communication is with him, but maybe you may want to pull back some and if you are communicating, maybe you may want to pull back some on that communication and let him have that leeway to make that decision, to come across those choices that he needs to make, because I do feel that he's at a threshold right now where he does feel like he wants to make a choice, but I do feel that the communication between you guys will pick up. And I know that sounds kind of awkward saying, pull back, but maybe you've been the one pushing the communication, and now it's time for you to maybe just kind of pull back and let him think, because there's a lot that he has to think of. I also feel like, there's a lot of a heavy burden on him. So I don't know if the situation right now requires him to be there for some type of a reason. If it is that he is in another relationship, is it quite possible that the person that he's with, if they're living together, may be dependent on his income? Because the burden is more so like work. So is that burden having to do with him maybe supporting the household where he is? And this may be a reason why he's not actually coming to make that decision to walk away. He's staying stuck, but he does have a lot of thoughts, and there is that confusion. It's like he wants to move forward and he wants to come on the same page with you, but at the same point, I feel there's this burden that's going on in his mind, and that burden is kind of stopping him from making the clear choice, the clear decision. But he's at that threshold now where he wants to make that decision. I do feel that there are some delays that are coming because of this. I do feel that there is a new opportunity coming for him as well. And I think that maybe a job change. But he is definitely working on himself and thinking deep down within what exactly it is that he is wanting. I do feel that the communication between you two will pick up as it gets closer to him having more clarity. And he will want to touch bases per se with you more and more, just to make sure that he can be safe and secure with the decision he's about to make. You need to really have some type of an understanding as well for what's going on around you and in your area and your atmosphere. And And just know that, you know, through your understanding what's going on your side and understanding what's going on his side, you guys will be coming together. It's a great energy exchange that I feel within the next, maybe within the next 3 months. Just this great exchange of energy that you guys will be sharing with each other. I do feel that the new opportunities are coming, and I do see that he is looking for some change. He is wanting change, but again, there is that fog that keeps him where he is. And that is where I feel that he does feel a burden. I've heard some twins say that their counterpart doesn't leave the relationship they're in because of the threats and that the partnership has there. I had one twin say that, you know, he can't leave her because if he leaves her, she says she's going to commit suicide. So just have some type of understanding that maybe this isn't a time or a point or something's going on where he hasn't exactly made that decision. He's still staying there and feeling a burden of being there. He does feel this burden, and you do give him that peace when you guys do communicate. But at the same point, it's like I feel that you need to pull back on the communication because you can't be a counselor. And it's like you're fulfilling a need that he has. But what need does he literally fulfill for you if he's going to return back into this other relationship? A decision does need to be made, and he is thinking about it. There's a lot of thought going on. There's a lot of thought, and a lot of that is really practical. But again, you know, he is heavily burdened. But I do see a new opportunity coming in for the both of you, which is going to bring forth communication. So the communication will improve as it gets closer to his return. So just know that the more texting or the more messages or however it is that you guys communicate, it'll be more and more, and it's going to pick up as it gets closer to him really making that decision. Because again, I feel like if he's almost like testing the waters to see, you know, do I go this way? Do I go this way? I feel that he really does feel this peace and you know, a breath of fresh air with you. But at the same point, there's this burden that he has on the other side. And I don't know if it is if he's living with this person and there's maybe an obligation to pay rent or something where he is, but that is what's kind of keeping him planted. Like it's a burden. It's not even that he feels comfortable. It's more of a burden. And he has this fear of stepping out and not being able to return. So he does have that fear that if he makes the wrong decision, that he will be left alone and struggling. So I do feel like even with the energy read for the week, a lot of the twin flames are needing to become independent. So this may be part of his own independence right here, where he has a lot of thought process going on, a lot of things going on, a lot of confusion, a lot of fog, and he has to come and make that decision. And this could also be him becoming more independent on his own decisions and his own choice, and not so much dependent on another to fulfill the needs that he has. Because again, I do feel that maybe you are fulfilling some need that he has with the communication, almost like a counselor. It's like, you know, you're uplifting him and you're giving him that breath of fresh air. And so he will come back for that communication, but you don't want him coming back for that communication. You want him coming back full-fledged for that relationship. So I think maybe if you kind of pull back a little, that will help him to make the decision. Because it's like he could be on some type of life support with you, and you don't want that. You want the full-fledged relationship. So he's on the brink of making that decision, and he will walk away. He is going to walk away, but we're saying maybe within 3 months. So, you know, maybe within, February or March, you will see more freedom with him, and you guys will come on, you will be more like on the same page as what you guys want and where you're going to go with your journey. But, you know, still continue to stay focused and continue to keep your vibrations high and be that positive vibration. And remember that the vibration that you are and the level where you are, that's what you attract. So if you keep that vibration up high, then you will attract that love that you do deserve. And you will also be sending that intentions to him so that he will higher his vibration, being your twin soul. His vibration will also become higher, and he will realize that his has more value on himself than being stuck in a relationship where he's going to be burdened, or a place where he is burdened, and that will help him to make that decision. So continue to be positive. on your own, meditate, send out that positive energy, the positive intentions, start to visualize and manifest. It's like have some daydreams when you're meditating. See you guys together, see you guys making purchases, see you guys at the movie, see you guys buying household goods, and just start to visualize the things that you want from this relationship and begin to manifest it. You may start doing this when the new moon, because the new moon does bring the new beginnings. So again, the delays are just him really not being sure. He is afraid of making the wrong decision here. So it's like he's comfortable, but it's more of a burden. I don't see it being, oh, this is comfortable, I'll stay here, give me a beer and I'm going to chill and relax. It's more like a burden for him. It's a heavy weight on his shoulders. So just continue to be positive, and that's, the only advice and the tools that I could give you is to meditate and start to visualize you guys together and make it, more like a daydream or fantasy. But you're going to start manifesting these things, and I do see, February, March, things are going to start coming together. The communication will pick up, and that's when he will, finally make that decision, and he will walk away. So just continue to be the love and the light that you are, and have faith. Okay, so I hope this resonates and it's understandable, and you have a blessed day and a blessed week. Namaste.